Now it's time for my Royal Council.
No. You get the comfy one. And as said earlier on, if you want to ask any questions, the microphone is on this side of the auditorium. So welcome. How are you enjoying the con so far?
Good, thank you. It's very fun seeing all the costumes and all the fans and everyone.
And have you seen any eggs yet?
No eggs. I've seen Aryans, but I don't like Aryans.
So where are all the eggs? There's enough bald people around here that we don't really I'm a lazy cosplayer, but that's easy. So first of all, so how did you get the role?
Well, it was 6 months of auditioning for the first season, and it was my agent, he sent through the audition, and we did the self-tape. We didn't know what it was for. It had nothing to do with Game of Thrones or anything. It was a dummy script, so it was a random show that we were just reading in for. And we were doing that. I did the self-tape. We sent it through, and they said you've got a recall. So we did a Zoom, and then they told us it's Game of Thrones, and I was like, I don't know what that is. So I was like, yay, it's Game of Thrones, but I had no clue what it was. And then we did research, and my mum told me it's like this massive show, and I was like, ah! and then we did more auditioning, and we went back and forth to Lucy Bevan's office again and again and again and again. And then eventually it came. It was the first time I saw Peter. And he was really nice, and I thought to myself, if I want to get this job, I want him to get this job as well. But then I ended up getting the job, and then I was like, yay, but I want Peter to get it. But then he got it, which was good.
Because the chemistry does show on screen.
Yeah.
It does work very well, especially if you have that passion behind, it does really work together. So, did they tell you from the start about the hair, or was that part of the talks at the beginning?
Very early on they told me about, George said, whoever's playing Ed, he has to shave his hair because he didn't want a bald cap, and honestly, it fine. So I thought to myself, go on then, shave my hair. But yeah, I shaved it, and it's not. So, I was really worried because everyone, you have to be worried when you shave your hair because you always like, do I have a bad shaped head? Have any bricks fallen on my head when I was younger? But luckily they hadn't, and I was safe.
That was a very intense conversation with your mum, wasn't it? Like, when I was a baby, how careful were you?
Yeah.
You've got a question over there, please.
Hi. If your character Ed was in modern day, what hobbies do you think he'd have?
Fishing. He'd probably do some sort of MMA, boxing kind of thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you could choose like any role in like any movie or show, even if it was like in the past, like what role would you choose and like what?
Oh, that's a hard choice. So many good characters from so many good shows. Be fun to be in something like Stranger Things. Great show. Love to be like Will or someone. That'd be fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with the role in Stone Kingdoms, are you much of a fantasy fan? Do you like Lord of the Rings or things like that? Because they can't really watch Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. I probably should. Peter keeps asking me to. He's like, watch it. And I'm like, my precious.
And they are making the new Gollum movie, so right there. Child Gollum right here. What is Peter Jackson not missing?
Hiya. Okay, so my question is, well, first of all, congratulations. This is an amazing role.
Thank you.
And I think we were all really, really impressed with your age and just how versatile and how much you brought to it. So congrats. And my question is, if you were to have your own house in the Game of Thrones universe, what would your sigil be? What would your banner be?
So it would be. I've planned out this. So it's a sword with a fish through it.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
You really like fishing, eh?
I love fishing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you like fishing yourself generally?
Yeah, I love fishing with my dad. The other day I went on a fishing trip in Whitby, and we went on a boat, me and my dad. But when we were like, right, let's go, and then we got onto the boat, and then he was like, it's not working. The boat didn't work. And I was like, well, this is a great start. But then they got a rebooter, and we had to wait like another half an hour. Yeah, and then we went out into the sea, and I caught the most. I caught 2 fish. I'm pretty proud of that. I wasn't mackerel season, so there wasn't many.
And what's the largest fish you've got?
Like that big. Like I'm not even just saying that. We went to it was somewhere, and I don't know where. It was a lake somewhere, and I saw this fish. I was like 6. I saw this fish in the water. It was like, when I say it was humongous, it was humongous. It was really big. And I barely even knew how to throw a rod, but I just saw the fish. I was 6 years old. I got the world's biggest net. It was like the size of me, and I just scooped the fish up. And I was like, it was like the biggest fish. Yeah, bigger than me. Crazy.
So with the show, how did the costumes fittings go? How was that for you?
It was good. All costume fittings are very prolonged, and it's very, very, very long of standing and watching, and just like you think they're all really nice, but it's okay. I mean, the thing was with the robe, it was very big. So when we were filming on set in Glenarm, where we did all the exterior stuff, all the mud, because it was so muddy and so rainy, they got firemen to put hoses to make it more muddy, even though it was like pouring down. So my robe kept getting mud because it was down to the floor, kept getting more mud and more mud and more mud into it, until I had to go to, like, what's it called? Like the thing where you have to like physio. I had to go to physio because my shoulders were like not in anymore because they were so heavy. But it was fine.
Not really a question, but people have always said I'm stupid.
Right.
What? I was just trying to hark back to the chemistry that you had between Dunk.
Oh yeah.
The scene where you're talking and Dunk just replies, people have always said I'm stupid.
Oh, good scene. Good scene.
That's test as well, but
He's not old enough to watch it. Spoilers.
he was in it though, so.
Yeah, it was that. That was a. I don't. He never told me. I still ask him, and I'm like, "What actually happened?" And he says, "Well." And he doesn't say anything for like 10 minutes, and I'm just like, "You are Dunk."
So, when you've done the research and things, have you looked into your character and what lays ahead, or are you just waiting to see what the showrunners give you?
Yeah, I know quite a bit. I know some horny stuff. But yeah. Yeah.
And I know you can't tell us too much about season 2, but how's the filming going?
It's going great. It's doing really good. We're doing. It's a great job. Peter's amazing. I get a bit more action. That's probably all I can say. I mean, if you want to know the story, you can literally read the book.
You can tell us everything now, then, because it's already out there. So, I'll go to Dylan first.
Hello Dexter, welcome to Liverpool. How often do you get recognised? You know, you're getting a growing fan base, the more exposure you're getting, and the way you're looking at the moment, clearly you're filming season 2, you're more recognisable as your character. you mentioned that fishing trip in Whitby. Do you get recognised when you go out, when you're doing things out and about, and how are you coping with your growing fan base?
It's fine. I mean, yeah, someone recognised me on the fishing trip. They didn't really know what I was, and I was like, why are they staring at me? But yeah, it was, yeah, now and then, but more when I'm bald than I'm not.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hi. I want to ask you what favourite scenes were. Oh wait, sorry. What were your favourite scenes to film?
Well, it's really tough. I mean, it probably does go to the tug of war scene, because that's just like the best scene. But, such hard. Probably tug of war, but then screaming get up is close behind. That was good.
Thank you.
Hi. One of my absolute favourite scenes in the show is the tug of war scene, when you and I were absolutely going for it. My question is, out of all of your castmates, who would you want personally on your tug of war team to absolutely smash it out of the park and win?
We have to have Lionel. I reckon Stevie Pate would be good. He'd be good. Properly pull it. Then, Dunk, if he's on my team, that'd be good. Unless Tansel's on the other team, then he'd faint. But, yeah, Stevie Pate, Lionel Baratheon, and me.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to that one.
I've hypnotised everyone.
Oh, so at school. So how has it been at school since you've had the role and things? How has that changed your
It's been good. It's been really good. Everyone's been really nice. So I keep getting scammed for. So you know how I was saying. I don't know if anyone's seen this, but I was saying that that everyone keeps touching my head, and then they'll buy me a drink at this like youth club. So I've still got from people 2 years ago orders on my list, and they've not done it. I'm getting scammed by all my friends. It's hilarious.
Hi. I was wondering, does George Martin ever told you how the tragedy of Summerhall ends? Because I've watched your puppet show interview and you've mentioned that Dunk survives in the end. So was that just slip of the tongue, or?
So, I mean, I don't know what I can say. He and this is the truth, he hasn't decided.
Oh.
He doesn't, Dunk does survive. Yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know about me. I mean, it would be cool if I like run out on a dragon. If I do. But, I don't know.
So,
Thank you.
so before getting the role, were you interested in acting, or was that you wanted to look into?
At 4 years old, I started acting. I was in a soap opera called Animadale. Then I went on a film called Christmas on Mistletoe Farm. I did a show called Midwich Cuckoos. Then I was in a film called Here and some other things. I was in, Hunger Games. That was the Hunger Games. It was really fun because the audition, I was at the Queen's Jubilee, and when I was there, Andrew who's my agent, he said, right, get on the phone, you need to do, they want to see the audition right now. And I was literally like in a massive crowd of people, so we went to a corner and everyone's screaming for the Queen, and then I was at the corner, and then all the casting directors of Hunger Games were literally on the call, and I did the audition at the park, and then I got the job.
Some great stories. Ladies.
Hi, I was just wondering, what was your most favourite or memorable moment on set?
Oh, such a tough one again. It was probably. I'm trying to think of the best moment. There's so many good ones. It was amazing. It's probably. I want to say going to the arcade with Peter. This is my favourite moment, and smashing in Mario Kart. Whatever he says about Mario Kart, and I'm serious, whatever he says about Mario Kart, I won.
And who's your character on Mario Kart?
Bowser. And Donkey Kong.
So the show can be quite graphic with the violence and the blood. How do you handle that on set?
Fine. I mean, there was one moment where, spoiler alert, when he came out of the battlefield, he was really injured in episode 5 or 6. I think it was end of episode 5. But he came out, and then that's when Baylor. But when he was there, I didn't see him, and when he was in front of me, Peter Dunk, it just looked so scary because that looked really real, and it was like because I hadn't seen him before and I hadn't seen him behind the scenes, so he was acting in that much pain, and it was that was scary.
The scenes are great. Another thing I like about the show compared to other ones is there's a lot of humour.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy the aspects of the humour side as well?
I do. Yeah.
And do any of you guys get up to any little practical jokes or tricks on set?
I mean, I've done some magic tricks to him. I don't know if you've seen, but I have a bogey trick, which is fun.
Are you able to show us now?
I don't have the bogeys on me.
Stump bogey. Stump bogey. Your mum mentioned you might have a song.
Oh yeah. So I don't know if everyone's seen, but if you went to see the new Michael Jackson film, yeah, he's a great performer, and my favourite song by him is "Man in the Mirror." It's just so good. And yeah, I wondered if you guys might want to hear me.
Yeah! He's not going to do it as good as that, is he? Come on.
So I've got a bit of dancing as well. Okay. Right. Okay. Here we go. Right. I'm not even joking. I've been practicing for the last 5 days in my room for hours. Whew, here we go. Hope you like it. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Hey! I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make your change.
Where did your love of Michael Jackson come from?
Pardon me?
Where did your love of Michael Jackson come from?
The show, because I'd heard of him, but I wasn't familiar with his songs. But then I watched the Michael Jackson film, and then I looked into him, and I love Man in the Mirror. I love doing the 90s. That was fun.
Have you moonwalked yet?
I can, but not in these shoes. I was practicing.
Next year, next time you're here, we'll
Yeah.
be moonwalking across the stage.
Yeah, I will.
Hi, Dexter. Well, 2 parts really. You said your friends all owe you a drink. How many of your friends are using you as an excuse to their parents to get watching like Seven Kingdoms early? And the second part is my son has not yet watched any of the Game of Thrones franchise and will not be watching the earlier 2 parts for quite a while. I personally think that the humour in like Seven Kingdoms should possibly be allowed at the moment. What's your take on it? What age do you think at the moment it's suitable for? Without PG guidance or anything like that, but what do you think?
How old?
13 next month? Maybe not that scene we were talking about at the end.
Yeah, I think it's the first. I mean, the beginning of first step, no. Beginning of second step, definitely no.
A little bit with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And definitely watching season 2 before allowing him to watch season 2 just to check it when it comes out.
Yeah, yeah.
Have your friends been using you as the reason to their parents to watch all of the Game of Thrones franchise, do you think?
I don't. like all. Oh, there was this one moment. It was so much. Okay, so what happened is I was at like this youth club. That the one everyone's buying me drinks and everything that haven't. And my friend, he was scrolling on YouTube or something, and I was like, oh, look me up, I'm on all those shorts, and he said no, and then I was like, all right, I'll come on anyway, and he scrolled one more, and then it was me, and I was just like sitting there, and he was just like smiling, and I was just like, yeah.
Hiya, I just wanted to know, did you ever find out if Alice was a real person?
Alice, well, she is. Yeah, and she is a real person because, yeah, she is.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up, is there any other, you've mentioned all the genres of films you've been, is there any other genre of film or television you've not done that you really want to?
I want to do like a singing kind of dancing film. Like, 'cause I know they're working in Wonka too. No, I'd like to do that, that'd be fun. Something like that.
So is singing another passion of yours that you really want to push into?
Not really singing, just like entertain, performing dance stuff.
Yeah, and would you look into theatre in the future, in live stage?
Not like as my career, but a few shows now and then would be nice.
Okay, have we got enough time for one more question? If anyone in the audience got another question? Yep, don't know in the back.
I don't know if it's fake news or real news, but I read online that you went as yourself on World Book Day. If that is true.
So if we could be that lady for cosplay, none of the Jews can't ask excuse.
Yeah, I think, that was really fun. And all my friends was like, who are you going at? And I was like, a bit offended by that. But yeah, I think I was the only kid in the world who went as themselves. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
And with Comic Con, what is your favourite part of coming to conventions?
Outfits. I think I'm doing some fit checks later. Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much, Dexter, for being here.
Thank you, everyone.